Good morning. Let's take a look at yesterday. Bran and Sandefjord 0-0 at half-time was your potential opening gambit there. If you could trust Bran and the 1.62 odds, they did get a late winner. So that would have rewarded delayers, and delaying is a trading tactic that you can use to create great value. Two actual trades in the Allsvenskan if you used your logic. Djurgården, if you're failing to score that second goal at home and you're leading, take them on. Norrköping equalised. 1.62 own favourite. I told you you have to be howling mad Murdoch to back Djurgården at those ridiculous odds yesterday. This is why we do the research, because the lazy odds compilers are getting it wrong time and time again. I've already picked three away outsiders to win, and they won easily. So the lower tiers in Norway and Sweden, the market makers are not quite at it. Mjällby and Malmo, top of the league, Mjällby. Malmo score first. Malmo struggle against the top seven away. Take them on. Mjällby equalise, job done. A lesson really yesterday throughout in getting out at the equaliser or at the first sign of a profit. It would have worked on, well, it wouldn't have mattered in the Allsvenskan because it ended 1-1. But in the tennis, it's an important consideration. The exit point. It's such a dynamic game, and the markets are far quicker than the football ones. You have to try to lock in that profit when you can. So it's more an element of scalping type profits rather than trying to aim for the big win. But you aim for the big win by laying these shorties. And how about Daniil Medvedev yesterday? I told you to lay anything 1.08 or lower. Daniil Medvedev losing 3-1. Kaching 1.06. £6 liability wins you 100. That's why we do it. I passed on Thompson to members, 2 sets down. Ended up winning 3-1. And the important thing to note about Thompson is to look, if you can, at tennis24.com at the point-by-point stats to determine whether Thompson, with this magnificent mullet, was in. Look at this second set, which he lost. Note how many break points he generated, Thompson, in the second set, which he lost, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 break points generated in the first 3 of his games. So when he's 2 sets down and he's heading to set 3, you should have an element of confidence that this Thompson is generating break points. Indeed, first break point generated for his opponent on his opponent's serve, he converted. Second game for his opponent, 2 break points, didn't convert. So he's done a really good job. He got the break of serve and he's straight back in it at 2-1, and he goes on and wins the 4th set. So that's a great example of using Tennis 24's in-play stats to determine a player 2-0 down, whether he's being overrun or he has been just unlucky. Doing his job, generating break points, but just not converting them. Great example of a trade, that one, yesterday. Elsewhere, well, Cameron Norrie and Batista Agut, I told you each of those would win at least a set. And indeed, it was very competitive with Batista Agut winning the second set, but Norris winning 3-1. Popperin and Ferry, congratulations to Brian. The Brit beating Popperin. Still a trading angle. Ferry 2 sets down. A Brit at Wimbledon against a 1.22 favourite. Guess who wins the 3rd set? Popperin, and you're out. Ferry won the match. Superb result from Ferry, the Brit. That'll have the Wimbledon support delighted. Bergs and Harris is a great example to you of having to just read between the lines as a trader. We've got a 1.44 favourite Bergs, and we've got a 2.75 outsider Harris, winning the two first sets. Harris 7-6, 7-6. So he's not being broken. Third set went to Bergs. He had to win, didn't he? That's your out. You don't stay in. If in 3 consecutive sets, if the outsider is not being broken, if the outsider breaks, he's not going to be caught. And that's what happened in the 4th set as Harris broke the serve of Bergs, and it was sayonara. So do read between the lines. Tiebreakers, if you're not getting your serve broken, it's not your day today as a favourite, is it? Rune, out. Won the first 2 sets. Tsitsipas, out. That's 2 of the big ranked players. Alcaraz, 1.01 lay. You'd have had a bit of fun with that lay as Fabio Fognini took a 2-1 lead. Fantastic stuff from Foggy. And of course, no, Alcaraz took a 2-1 lead. Foggy made it 2-2, for goodness sake. Fantastic stuff. That's why you lay these shorties. You're going to get a good run for your money, particularly the opening stages. Agoalless and Duckworth. I do like Australians. They do give a lot of fight. And indeed, Duckworth was 2-1 down. That's one of our angles in. 2-1, because Agoalless must win the next set. And he was good in Mallorca, Agoalless. He ended up winning 3-2. Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall couldn't quite get through against Fonseca yesterday. Any other trading angles for me? Well, 1.44 favourite Quinn drops the first set, wins the next 3. Harris, well done to him, straight through in 3, the Brit. Karen Khachanov, I expected him to do the number. Rublev did all right, but had a really big scare. The last 3 sets, tiebreakers, and winning one of them. Struff to be followed while the market still fancies him. He is excellent on grass, won yesterday. And in the ladies' game, I only really starred quite a few matches. Let's go through them. Ons Jabeur. Well, this is a worrying element, and it's also a lesson to you as well about retirements. Once the first set is finished and you've got a trade in, you won't be refunded. If you're taking on Tomova, for example, winning the first set 7-5 against a 1.2 favourite, then she's 2-0 up the second set, and Ons Jabeur retires. Nothing you can do if you've got involved and you make a loss because of the retirement. Unless you get some pre-match information about any injury for Jabeur, and then you avoid. Ostapenko, I starred this particularly because she tends to fight back. Indeed, she did. Cartel winning the first set, the Brit. Ostapenko winning the second. Bang. And Cartel ended up winning. So it's a good day for the Brits yesterday. Sabalenka, I think, world number 1. No real problem from her at 1.03, but got to be laid. Svitolina, 103, got to be laid, but far too efficient. 2 straight sets. That's what you expect. Fernandez against Klugman. Beautiful British name, Klugman. 1.08 favourite. Couldn't land a blow. Hilary Dart won the first set, but she's out. The Brit. That's disappointing. 1.67 favourite. Oh, dear. Emma Raducanu against Xu. Beautiful British names. 1.17 Raducanu through. Would have laid her the first set, given she's playing a fellow Brit. And she recently got undone by Joint in Eastbourne. Paolini lost the first set at 1.06. He was going to have fun laying these shorties. Osaka straight through in 2 straight sets. Pavlyuchenkova and Tomljanovic, 1.67 the favourite, including an Australian. Tomljanovic winning the first set. 1.67 Pavlyuchenkova winning the second. Katie Bolter through in 2 straight sets. In 3 straight sets. Mertens through and Kruger through. Today, football-wise, it's KuPS in the Finnish Veikkausliiga. There's very little I can add. Quite simple. This is a side who, for 5 consecutive matches, failed to score. Suddenly turning up against HJK Helsinki, the league leaders, and spanking them 3-0. So do you trust that form, that bounce-back ability to continue today? If you do, that's your trading angle for KuPS today. Nice and simple at 4 o'clock. From a tennis perspective today, the 1st of July, here's the matches I'm shortlisted. Kazao and Walton. Walton, because Walton is an Aussie. They tend to have that battling spirit, as is 1.01 de Minaur. What are you going to be doing with 1.01 de Minaur? You're going to be laying him, of course. Monday against Tara Paul. Monday's a Brit, playing a 1.04 shot. Tara Paul likely not to land a blow. But you never know with Monday. You could do a Lofhagen. And he's playing Martinez at 12:30. Actually, an odds-on favourite, Lofhagen. The last 3 matches, he's been an outsider. He's won 2 of them, taken the third to 3 sets, 2 of them being tiebreakers. He has got the bit between his teeth, Lofhagen. Well worth following today, the Brit. I hope he'll perform for a home support. Vukic against Seng. I will be looking at the Aussie to deliver there. Musetti, likely to go deep at Wimbledon. Basilashvili coming through the qualifiers. I expect a comfortable afternoon for Musetti, who is tumbling down the rankings, or up the rankings. He's top 10 now. Martinez and Lofhagen, my old pal. I'll be keeping a keen eye on Lofhagen. Real fighting spirit in his last few matches. Bublik, unpredictable. Some real killer blows against some big names recently for Bublik. I think he beat Daniil Medvedev, who hasn't franked the form, but I expect Bublik to get through today. Denis Shapovalov, 1.13 favourite as well. Well worth following. Quentin Hallis again gets a star from me. 1.13 favourite. Yannick Sinner is playing Nardi. 1.01 Sinner has to be laid. Danny Evans is playing a fellow Brit, Jay Clark. Danny Evans, very strong, 1.2 favourite. I think if the odds are short enough, if he wins the first set, Danny Evans, well worth a speculative lay. Playing a fellow Brit in Wimbledon. Makak at 1.14 gets the eye. Marin Cilic, I think he might be gettable today at 1.10. Certainly not backable at that age and at those odds. No, thank you. He's an absolute giant on grass, though. Corentin Moutet, I would expect him to deliver. He has been performing very well. We've got a couple of interrupted matches. I hope you were playing Taylor Fritz yesterday. Lost the first 2 sets in a tiebreaker, made it 2-2. I missed out all the fun there. And Rinderknecht winning the first set against Zverev. I told you there'd be trouble there for that 1.11 Zverev. And there looks to be trouble. He lost the second set in a tiebreaker as well. Gael Monfils and Humbert, 2 Frenchmen meeting each other. That's what I tend to look for in tennis matches, because I know each other's game. Pennington Jones, hello. He's got permission to play in a pinstripe suit, and from the back of his Bentley, he'll be getting his butler playing for him today, Pennington Jones, while he's enjoying a Pimm's while watching the Financial Times or reading the Financial Times. Pennington Jones. So good luck to Pennington Jones. Hello. It's a very, very strong favourite today, though. Gaston Mensik, 1.07 Mensik has to be laid. 1.01 Novak Djokovic has to be laid, particularly as he's more vulnerable as he ages. Jack Draper has to be laid at 1.01, likely to deliver and some, but at those kind of ridiculous odds. £1 liability, £100 profit. You saw Alcaraz 2-2, for goodness sake. Nakashima, I like following Nakashima, particularly when he's favourite, so he'll get my eye there. As far as the ladies are concerned today, the first one to catch the eye will be Pegula at 1.08. Layable. Alexandrova, 1.07, playing an Australian, so that's got me interested. Heather Watson, I don't think will land a blow against Towson today, but she might take a set. I would certainly lay Heather if she wins the first set. Andreeva against I Shot the Sheriff, 1.08 Andreeva, layable. Jones, beautiful British name, 1.8 against Stella Dubsteva. 1.8, suggestive of a 3-setter. Iga Swiatek, 1.03, must be laid. Petra Kvitova, not even a favourite, but I think she might be competitive, unless she's coming off the back of an injury. Azarenka and Zakharova are from the same country. I think it's Ukraine, Belarus. My apologies to both of them if I can't read their flag properly. 1.14 Azarenka. Just in case Zakharova knows Azarenka's game, could get an angle in there. Two Americans meeting each other, Sophia Kenin and Townsend. Kenin 1.44 favourite. Rybakina 1.05 label. Corey Goff has been in really solid form, expected to do the job at 1.14. Plenty of trading angles today for the tennis. That's something I'll be focusing on, and I will be passing on some of the more obvious plays to you throughout the day on Telegram for members of footballtradingprofits.com. Have a great day. You probably won't be hearing from me at 4 o'clock. It looks a very readable KuPS. More Finnish Veikkausliiga tomorrow. And we are knocking on the door of July, which means the new football season is with us before you know it. I'm creating reports for you in the run-up on the dark horses from the Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, Spanish La Liga, French Ligue 1, German Bundesliga. The standout performers last season, the standout statistical performers last season as well. Arsenal, for example, very solid defensively. An excellent trading side if they go a goal down, aren't they? So highly unlikely to concede 2 consecutive goals. So we've got all of those angles I'll be passing on to you throughout the month of July to have you prepared for the start of the Premier League season. We'll also be looking at the football testing lab as well to see how the backing 0-0s has got on. And I must say, as soon as you get involved with these lower tiers, Norway and Sweden, backing 0-0 at half-time is a no-goer. It's as simple as that. But we will see whether it has any legs throughout a proper season from August to April. So have a great day today. I will see members on Telegram sporadically throughout the day if I find a decent trading angle. And I hope you're going to be getting involved in tennis trading yourself. I am getting my War and Peace tennis trading manual done, but I've got so much going on because of AI giving me these huge opportunities, particularly with AI Google Studio. So I'm actually building a whole raft of apps. I've got the free use, so I've got to take advantage of it while it's free. So from a betting perspective, I'm doing a horse racing tipster app. From a footballing perspective, which I hope you'll benefit from, a world-class AI football stats analyzer. What this will do, it hoovers up the freely available stats online, so you don't have to pay. Elsewhere, any other football-based apps? You can see I've got loads going on. Football Consensus Trader. This is a football tipping app, like the horse racing one I've done. What this will do, it will look for tips and use Google's search facility to hoover up all the tips, put them into some kind of a consensus order for you so you can read them. So that's what the app looks like. So I'm doing a lot of work for you. It needs a bit of work done to it, of course. It's still, it's probably not got the API key. That's why it's not working. But what this does, using the freely available information online, it will create a report on the strongest plays. Hopefully consensus will provide us with an angle or two. So there's plenty going on in the background. Any app ideas you have, however outlandish they might be, pass them on. Here's another version, AI Football Tip Finder. Nothing today, of course, but just KuPS. So some real promise with these, and I hope to keep you informed about them, and they will enhance the service. I'm trying to work on a tennis app that will use AI to research the matches. So AI now can read screenshots. Some of them can, and that's extremely useful in researching a whole group of matches like this. Have a great day today as we enter the 20th minute of this video/podcast. See you later members